Last time on the history axis, Anjou conquered England and France in under a decade. Now with Richard I on the throne, and French conflict at its height, who will win?
With the fall on Anglo-Saxon England, foreign monarchies were desperate to take the rich land of Britannia. Now, England hopes to take the Levant under Saladin.
The Third Crusade, formerly called the King's Crusade, was an attempt by the leaders of the three most powerful states of Western Christianity, Angevin England, France, and the Holy Roman Empire, to reconquer the Holy Land following the capture of Jerusalem by the Ayyubid Sultan Saladin.
كانت ناجحة جزئياً، واستعادت المدن الهامة عكا ويافا، وعكست معظم فتوحات صلاح الدين الأيوبي، لكنها فشلت في استعادة القدس التي كانت الهدف الرئيسي للحملة الصليبية وتركيزها الديني.
Richard would be given the title heroic by his soldiers, calling him Richard ab Heroicis. To the people, he had the heart of a lion. Lionheart.
Richard was an unforgettable king. From the Great Rebellion of 1173 to his coordination after the death of his brother Hal to the wars with France and his brother John.
Imagine being a crusader, sailing to a land which you believe was stolen. It was the land Abraham set foot on, and Israel was founded. Jerusalem, being the center of religion and one of the oldest cities in the world, was captured by invaders who you believed was paganistic and barbaric. You remember St. George and use him as confidence.
Richard's sister, Joan of Sicily, allowed him and Philip of France to regroup in the island of Sicily. This was John's chance to recruit an army.
John began to explore an alliance with King Philip II of France, freshly returned from the Crusade. John hoped to take Normandy, Anjou, and the other lands in France held by Richard in exchange for allying himself with Philip. John was forced not to pursue an alliance by his mother.
His army was crushed. His relations with France collapsed, which would affect England once he becomes king. He signed a truce with Richard, and then on he would be very noble to him.
Even without John, French disputes held tightly. Philip invaded Anjou and conquered various lands in Normandy and Aquitaine.
The death of Richard shocked many. The Crusades and the conquest of Sicily was his biggest achievements after all. With Scottish relations falling, the people needed someone strong.
John knew this was his chance. He rose up, rallied the people, became king, and destroyed the empire. The county of Berry was first, and many more would leave soon and join France.
Throughout its extent, the empire reigned over the Kingdom of England, the Lordship of Ireland, the Duchy of Normandy, and the counties of Gascony and Aquitaine, along with the divisions of Anjou, Poitou, Maine, Touraine, Saintonge, La Marche, Périgord, Limousin, Nantes, and Quercy. While the authority of these territories was held with varieties of dependency to the power of France, the Plantagenets accommodated numerous classes of authority over the duchies of Brittany, Cornwall, the Welsh princedoms, the county of Toulouse, and the Kingdom of Scotland, although those domains were not confirmed proportions of the empire. John was the beginning of the end. He failed to protect western France from Philip IV, and in 1254 during the reign of Henry III, the Angevin Empire split into the Kingdom of England, including the regions of Gascony and Normandy, and the Kingdom of France. In the next episode, we will explain the troubles of John's failure and Henry III's reign as the first Anglo-French ruler of a single English state, which would escalate into future events, such as the Anglo-French Wars and the 100 Years' War.